Hello my dear friends, welcome to ED. In today's video, we are going to learn about how people in the government will be so foolish and unable to take simple decisions. So they waste the time and tax paid money of common people and show themselves how unworthy are they in running the government successfully. So today we will learn and understand about such helpless government who fails in taking simple decision and wasting the tax paid money of common people. So the name of the chapter is Two Deer, written by Leo Tolstoy. Okay, now they have given pre-reading activity. I'll just read it. What do you think would happen if, due to procedural lapse or delay, the court were to convert the verdict of death sentence into life imprisonment? Very simple. What they are asking is, if the court is wasting time to take simple decision to convert verdict of death sentence, that is, prisoner must be killed. Now the court wants to change the verdict of the prisoner from death sentence to life imprisonment. It is just waste of time, right? Okay, so this is the theme of our chapter, beautiful chapter. We have to understand this, okay, written by Leo Tolstoy. So let's start the unit. Near the borders of the France and Italy, on the shores of Mediterranean Sea, lies a tiny little kingdom called Monaco. Simple. Where is Monaco? Here, in between France and Italy, and in the shores of Mediterranean Sea. Monaco is between France and Italy, on the borders of France and Italy, and on the shores of Mediterranean Sea. Clear? And it is a tiny little kingdom, small kingdom. Okay, now many a small country town can boast more inhabitants than this kingdom. Very simple. Many small country town can boast means can have more inhabitants. Inhabitants means people than this kingdom. If you compare the people in this kingdom, many other small country will have more people than this kingdom. So in this kingdom, very few inhabitants are there. Very few people are there in this tiny little kingdom. Clear? Now, for there are only 7,000 of them all told. How many people, how many inhabitants are there in the toy kingdom Monaco? There are only 7,000. Okay, and if all the land in a kingdom were divided, there would not be an acre for each inhabitants. What they're saying, if they divide Monaco kingdom is there, right? If they divide the kingdom's land equally to 7,000 people, not all 7,000 people would get even 1 acre for them. Not all inhabitants would get even just 1 acre, just 1 acre for all 7,000 people. So that is why it is called tiny little kingdom. It was so small kingdom. Clear? Now, but in this toy kingdom, there is a kinglet and he has a palace. So, what they're saying, in this toy kingdom of Monaco, there is a real kinglet. Why it is called kinglet? Because it is a toy kingdom, small kingdom, right? So, it is called kinglet. The king is called kinglet. Now, he has a palace. Even though it is a small kingdom, he has a palace and courtiers and ministers and a bishop and a general and an army. General means head of an army, right? Even though it is a small toy kingdom, the real kinglet is having a palace, courtiers, ministers, a bishop, and general and an army. All these team or all this group are there in r- big kingdoms, right? So even this small kinglet of Monaco is also having, but in a smaller scale. Okay. Now they spoke about an army, right? And people, there are 7,000 inhabitants. Let's see how many people are in army. Okay. Now listen to this carefully. It is not a large army. They are only saying it is not a large army. It's not a large army. Only 60 men in all. But still, it is an army. How many people are there in an army? 60 men out of 7,000. There are 60 men in army. Clear? Now, there are also taxes in this kingdom as elsewhere. Like other kingdoms, other country, even in this toy kingdom, taxes are there. Tax are collected in this kingdom. Let's see on what all tax are there. A tax on tobacco and on wine and spirits and poll tax. So what all taxes are there? Tobacco, wine and spirit. Wine and spirit means liquors, okay, drinks. And a poll tax. Poll tax means per head tax, per person tax. Clear? Now, but though people there drink and smoke as people do in other countries, there are so few of them that the prince would have been hard to put it feed his courtiers and officials and to keep himself. Now, what they're saying in very simple way, see, it is very difficult, even though he's putting tax on tobacco, wine and spirits and poll tax per individual tax. He is not having, this toy kingdom is not having so much money. Understood? So he don't have money to manage his courtiers, officials, and for himself also. Even though he collect taxes on all that, he can't manage all of them. Clear? If he had not found a new and special source of revenue. Now let's see what is the special source of revenue. This special revenue comes from gaming house where people play roulette. So what is the special source of revenue? They play roulette. It is a gaming house. It is a game played in a gaming house. Okay. It is a luck game. If you want, you can Google it and see what the roulette game is. Okay. It will be helpful for you if you do self research. Okay. Now this is a special source of revenue. Understand? Okay. Let's move on. People play, and whether they win or lose, the keeper always get a percentage on the turnover. Simple. If people come to play here, right, the roulette game, if they win and lose, the keeper, the owner will always get the profit. Understood? And out of his profits, he pay a large sum of to the prince. So out of his profit, he gave large sum of amount. Understand? He pay large sum to the prince. Clear? Now, the reason he pays so much is that it is the only such gambling establishment left in Europe. Understand? So in entire Europe, it is only Monaco. It is only in Monaco. Where? In Monaco. It is only in Monaco the roulette game is played. Okay. Now, why it is only played in roulette? Only in Monaco. The roulette game is played only in Monaco. I'll let you know. Some of the little German sovereign used to keep gaming houses of the same kind. So in German, some people used to keep gaming house of same kind, okay, but some years ago they were forbidden to do so. So what happened? The government there, they told that to stop. They put a ban on such gaming houses. On such gaming houses, they put ban. Okay, now the reason they were stopped was because these gaming houses did so much harm. So what they're saying, these gaming houses did harm, so government put ban. Clear? A man would come and try his luck, then he would risk all he had and lose it. Then he would even risk money that did not belong to him and lose that too. Understand what would happen? Why did the government ban this? Some person, for example, they're saying a person would come, try his luck, put all his money, he would lose. He would take a loan and he would lose that also. And what will happen next? He'll fall in depression. And then in despair means he would fall in depression. He would drown and shoot himself. He would kill himself. Why? He lost his money and he lost extra money also. So in depression he would kill himself. Now this was causing harm. That's why the German sovereign, what they did, they forbid, they put ban on such gaming houses. Simple. So the Germans forbade the rulers to make money in this way. But there was no one to stop Prince Monaco. Understand? There was no one to stop Prince Monaco. He remained the monopoly of this business. He was one and only exclusive person in entire Europe who was running this gaming house, Roulette gaming house. Okay? Now let's see the next paragraph. So now everyone who wants to gamble goes to Monaco. Simple. Why? In entire Europe, this is the only one left establishment. Okay, only one gaming house is there in Monaco. Whether they win or lose, the prince gain by it. Correct? Whether the win when they win or lose, prince would get the profit. Right? We all know this, right? Prince would get profit. Now what he is saying, you can't earn stone palaces by honest labor. If you do something honestly, you can't construct big grand palaces. Understand? Who is saying this? The Prince of Monaco. As the proverb says, and the kinglet of Monaco knows it is a dirty business. Understand? It is a dirty business. Which one? The roulette play game is a dirty business. But what is he to do? He has to live, and to draw a revenue from drink and tobacco is also not a nice thing. He know everything that this is a wrong thing, it will cause a harm, but he don't care because why? He loves money. So he lives and reigns and rakes in the money. He enjoys money and holds his court with all the ceremony of real king. So what is the main thing? He enjoys the money, and also he he thinks that he is not less than any other king in this world. Clear till here? Now we'll see what all will go in his kingdom. He has his coronation, his levees, he rewards, sentences, and pardons. What he's saying, what all goes in his kingdom, what all ceremonies will happen in his kingdom, we'll see. He has coronation. Coronation means crowning ceremony. A new king, a crown is put in his on his head, so that is called crowning ceremony, a function. A levies means that is also a reception, a type of function. He rewards, he give prizes, award distribution, all will be there in his kingdom. Sentences and pardons means he also have court and justice in his kingdom. Clear? And he also has his reviews, councils, laws, and courts of justice, just like other kings, only all in a smaller scale. Understand? Have he has all these things are there in his kingdom. Everything will take place in his kingdom just as like other kings and others kingdom. What all will take place even in his kingdom, it will take place, but only all on a smaller scale. Clear till here? Okay, till now it was only information of that kingdom. Now there is a actual story, and it is very interesting. Believe me, you will enjoy this story. Let's start. Now, it happened a few years ago that a murder was committed in this toy prince domains. Simple. In this kingdom, what was happened? A murder was committed. Let's see. The people of that kingdom was peaceable, means they were peace loving in that kingdom, and such a thing had not happened before. This murder kind of thing did not happen in Monaco before. Okay, now the judges assembled with much ceremony and tried the case in the most judicial manner. What happened? The murder was committed. Now the court procedure started. Let's see what's going on in the court. There are judges and prosecutors and jurymen and barrister. Oh my god, all of them are there, right? In court, who all officials will be there. All are there here. And what they're doing? They argued and judged. They started arguing and judgment was given, and at last they condemned the criminal to have his head cut off as the law directs. Judgment was given. The murderer, the criminal's head must be cut off. Okay, now so far so good. Next, they submitted the sentence to the prince. Now, what they did, they have given a letter, they sent a letter to Monaco saying that in the court we have taken this judgment, please give approval. Now let's see what prince is doing. The prince read the sentence and confirmed it, so he's giving the confirmation. What is the confirmation? If the fellow must be executed, execute him. Simple. What the prince is saying, if you want to execute him, if you want to kill him, if you want his head to be cut off, go ahead, proceed with that. The confirmation was given by the king. Now let's see what's going to happen. The funny part starts now. Okay, now next paragraph. There was only one hitch in the matter. Hitch means problem. Now prince, he gave permission, right? Now what action to be taken is to cut the head of the criminal. Now there is a problem in that, doing that. Let's see what's the problem. And that was, they had neither a guillotine for cutting the heads off nor a executioner. Guillotine machine means a machine to cut the head. So I'm giving you two work. First work, to see what a roulette is in the internet. Second, go even check out what a guillotine machine is. Okay, do self research so that you can remember much easier. Now what, they had the hitch. Now what is the problem? They don't have the guillotine, the head cutting machine, and an executioner, the operator of that machine. The minister considered the matter and decided to address an enquiry for the French government. So what did the ministers in the Monaco kingdom do? They asked help. They wrote a letter to French government. Very simple. What help? Let's see. They'll be asking the machine and executioner. Simple. Asking whether the French could not lend them a machine and an expert to cut off the criminal's head, and if so, would the French kindly inform them what it would cost. They are thinking about the cost now. Let's see what's going to happen. The letter was sent. As I told, the letter was sent to the French government. Okay, a week later the reply came. After a week, a reply was sent from the French government. Let's see what's the reply. A machine and an expert could be supplied. Okay, now the French government have has agreed for giving an machine and an executioner, and the cost would be 16,000 francs. They have also given the charges amount, how much charge will it cost. 16,000 francs. Which government? French government. Okay, keep in mind this was laid before the king. Now this information, what did the ministers do? They gave it to the king, the information. He thought it over. Now king is thinking, 16,000 francs, this is really very much costly, right? 16,000 francs. Now let's see what king is saying. That rat is not worth the money, said he. Means the king is saying, rat means the murderer. The murderer is not worth the money. Can't it be done somehow cheaper? Now the prince is thinking that it must be cheaper. Why? 16,000 francs is more than 2 francs a head on the whole population. The people wouldn't stand it, and it may cause a riot. Riot means public violence. Simple think, right? So there was tax, a poll tax was there, right? So if they collect, it would be more than double. How many people are there? There are 7,000 of them, right? If poll tax was there, it is more than the double, right? So that is the reason. What did the prince think? It would bring public violence. Understood? Now let's see what's going to happen. So a council was called to consider what could be done, and it was decided to send a similar inquiry to the king of Italy. Now again a meeting was there. So in that meeting what they did, they told that they are going to write a letter to king of Italy. Why they're asking help for France and Italy? Simple. See, the Monaco, where is it? The Monaco kingdom in near the border of France and Italy. That is the reason they asked help for France government, and now they are asking help for the Italy government. Now let's see what Italy government is saying. The French government is Republican. Republican means government run by public citizens, right? So, and has no proper respect for the king. So they are saying that Monaco ministers are saying that the government of France is not so good, no proper respect for the king. But the king of Italy was a brother monarch. Monarch means only one ruler, like Monaco king. That's why they're using brother. He is monarch and might be induced to do things cheaper. Cheaper means lesser than 16,000, which French government told. Let's see. So the letter was written and prompt reply was received. So they wrote a letter. Who they? The Monaco government minister wrote a letter to King of Italy. Let's see what Italian government is saying. The Italian government wrote that they would have pleasure in supplying both a machine and an expert, and whole cost would be 12,000 francs including traveling expenses. Now Italian government what this told, a machine also will be given, an expert also is there, and traveling expense also, adding the final amount would be 12,000 francs. Now comparatively from the French government it is lesser. Let's see what the prince and the ministers will say of Monaco. This was cheaper, but still it seemed too much. Why? The rascal was really not worth the money. Rascal means the murderer, the prisoner. Okay, he was not that worth that money, the king is saying. Now it would still mean nearly 2 francs more per head on the taxes. Nearly 2 francs more. Okay, not completely 2. Now the prince is calculating how much it would be. still it's a problem. Another meeting was called. They discussed and considered how it could be done in less expenses. They are thinking now. They asked with both the government, French government also they asked, they told 16,000 francs, Italy government they told 12,000 francs with traveling expenses. Now they are still thinking with less expenses. Now what we'll do, we'll wrap up this here, and I will take the next part in the next video. So if you guys have any doubt regarding this unit, you can ask it in the comment section, and if you like my video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Meet you guys in my next video. Thank you.